I'm more of the opinion that it's definitely PL favored. Miracle will be playing PL. Miracle generally the lifesteal player on the team, but obviously Miracle as well as Jay, they swapped the carry and mid row quite a bit. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, they're scared that he's going to buy Radiance on Lifestealer again. Just like, no, Miracle, you play the Phantom Lancer. I'm going to play Lifestealer with a normal armlet and...
At the same time, aren't you scared that he will buy Radiance on PL?
A little bit. When I said that, I thought, oh god, he could buy Radiance on PL as well. We've not seen that in ages, right? It used to be the build, safe lane PL with like Soul Ring, Tranquils, Radiance, or even Vanguard Radiance back in the day, a little bit earlier than that. It's already smoke up from Mineski as we get ourselves into game number 1 here for this best of 5 Xctn against Mineski for the ESL 1 Genting Southeast Asian qualifiers. Miracle, Phantom Lancer, 4-man shield, Ninja Boogie with a Warlock, going to be up behind him. BJ heading down towards bottom lane with a Lifestealer, while already TP'd out is Jules. And King will scout out the DJ Nyx. See that he's got an Observer Ward as well, just turn around and hit each other a couple of times with 2 little bugs. With a stun forward, Jules is getting a fair amount of damage in here on the DJ, probably going to force him all the way back to base. But Nyx has spent all his money on... a bunch of regen and stout shield, so he's not going to go the Iron Talon route. Well, up at top lane, RR is scouted out here. Don't know, he didn't get a ward down or anything. Gabby's spam pinging, but I didn't have anything to throw down. Chemo, Witch Doctor, Abbott on the Invoker, and of course 343 is the last one playing the Naga Siren.
Alright, so I do want to touch up on the PL Invoker matchup on the mid lane a bit, because we haven't seen this matchup in quite a while. Basically, PL is going to just pressure the Invoker constantly with Phantom Lances. And I don't think PL will ever get a kill opportunity onto the Invoker, but by pressuring him so much, Abed's going to miss a couple of CS, and he has to be very wary of any kind of backup ganks. For example, Jules could swing behind a tower with a Burrow Strike, and that's a guarantee kill. So it's more so up to the supports that roam in to actually force kills upon the Invoker. But I personally think that PL kind of passively win the lane because of the Phantom Lances. But you have pros kind of saying differently. So, we'll see.
Like, the Phantom Lances are cool, but like I've watched this lane a bunch of times, and I think the big sort of swing factor is how you use your Phantom Rush. Because I've seen players like use Phantom Rush to go and hit creeps. But when T
that is not the way to go.
No, when T started using this lane when he played for TNC like back in March or whatever it was last year, actually brought this one up when he was playing Juggernaut and PL mid. Like, you constantly Phantom Lance and you harass them down, but you also like Phantom Rush forward at the same time, and it's like this double force back away from wave, and if they do stand around then you get like 2 or 3 hits in and they just can't trade effectively. It's great HP regen trade. It's a straight 1v1. They're not moving any supports in. It's like an aggro dual lane Slaughter and Sand King from Mineski. Gabby has Chemo's Witch Doctor behind him, but the lane down at bottom, Warlock and Lifestealer against a Naga Nyx. And I like this. This is something that Xctn struggled with before, is knowing where to put the kind of 4-roll Naga. And this time around, 343 is like, okay, well, I'll go to bottom with DJ. I've got 6 armor, a ton of HP, a 4-man shield. Nyx Assassin has loads of HP regen. We are going to trade way more efficiently in terms of, you know, tangos and salves than the Radiant ever can think of.
Well, at the same time, though, look at top lane. Gabby is really being zoned out. Witch Doctor, generally a very good defensive support, but I think Chemo, he kind of just let loose a cast for harass. And as soon as that thing went away, Burrow Strike immediately cast on Gabby, a Slithering Crush cast on Gabby as well, and he just lost a bunch of HP. So, like you mentioned, Xctn definitely winning that offensive dueling, but I gotta say the Slaughter as well as Sand King, they're holding in their own top as well.
Yeah, I didn't even realize the CS, as nicely pointed out, Ursa's got 2 last hits. 2!
Yeah, not great.
7 and 3, definitely not. They're going to go into mid though. This is the wraparound that you mentioned. The DD Sand King comes in with a Burst Strike and Miracle.
That's
one more Lance, not even needed. As they get themselves first blood, while 343 was roaming across there to try and mirror the movements of Sand King, but too little too late at this point, and now they've alleviated this pressure away from the Lifestealer, and they go straight in onto DJ. The Fatal Bombs are there, the Carapace comes out, but with the slow from the open wounds, Jay still pummels into the Nyx Assassin a fair amount.
Yeah, I guess that's the other very strong benefit of running a dual offensive lane up top with Sand King, is that your Sand King can check the runes and gank Bit, just like he did. Miracle does have the bottle running. I imagine Boots is going to be next, so he could, once he gets out Phantom rush in with the dagger, or sorry, the lances, he could harass Abed way more. And Abed is playing a very slow movement speed hero, so it's gonna have a rough one in my opinion.
I'm seeing 343 kind of hesitating about where he's meant to be going. Moves to mid, moves to bot, wanders around the bottom rune spot. Does set up camp down here, at least in the immediate, while Bottle's refilled once more for Miracle at the middle lane, regenning himself all the way back up to full. I guess you had that little Freudian slip there. You said the dagger. It does feel like a Phantom Assassin, right? We've seen PA against Invoker mid. Now, this makes me wonder, why PL and not PA?
I guess the PL does a little bit better against the Ursa overall, because you have multiple ways to get away from him, and you have a myriad slows, even more than the PA. You have the Diffusal Blade, you have the Spirit Lances, and I guess it's a better Radiance hero for Miracle if he wants to go that route. Maybe that's the true response.
Just in case he wants to go Radiant. Pick up the PL. Bottom lane, there's no mana on DJ. He's going to have to Mango and Carapace this one, but the rage from this Jules Lifestealer, the turnaround, the Carapace is there, and Lifestealer! That's not how it's meant to go. Ninja Boogie tries to dive in behind it, but from a bird's eye view, you could see that coming. Mango held by DJ until the very last second, and I think Lifestealer thought he could get one final punch in before he killed him off, but of course the Sal popped as well.
Yeah, I think all of us knew that, including Jay. He knew that he wasn't going to get the kill, but at that point he was already committed under the tower. Like, he wasn't going to be able to run away and survive that. At that point, you might as well just, go for the Hail Mary. Maybe one of your last attack does more damage. Top lane, looks like RR and Sanking casketed up. 3-4-3 in position, but this is very reminiscent of that ROG Masters game that you mentioned, where they have a support Naga. She feels quite out of place. She done well in the early phases of the lane to give DJ quite a bit of farm and experience, but now what?
Yeah, I even wonder if maybe it was worth going Iron Talon on the Naga or something like that, but 343's got level 3 up and running now. Sees RR sprinting himself back and forth there. It's kind of a weird hero, the Nagasara. We've seen teams like NP really utilize it well. In DC do it as well when Misery picks it up, just being able to slide from lane to lane when you're needed, but there's no redundancy in your movements. That's the biggest thing about Nagasara, it feels. It's almost like a Chen or an Enchantress, right? If you have these redundant movements, then you fall behind, and you fall behind quickly. Whereas if you have the kind of smooth moves, and you can farm jungle camps or pull and stack and get your levels, and even get into like Arcanes and a mech or something like that, then she's a force to be reckoned with. She can even transition into that 3rd or 4th core role, but we'll see. Still early days, of course, 6 minutes in. What exactly they've got planned for it? Well, middle lane, Abed is actually holding his own. Sure enough, he's died once, but CS-wise, he's doing reasonably well.
Yep, Miracle does find himself a haste rune though, so I wonder if he's going to go up top and perhaps set up a kill. Ensnare happening on the Slaughter up top, but there's really not much. I do want to kind of echo your point about the Naga smooth moves. There's not much of it right now. Mostly because I think the big reason that they picked it is for Sunstrike setup in the early game. And speaking of which, top lane here, Naga in a lot of trouble, like still bouncing on 2 heroes. Can they actually get the kill? RR? One more hit. Is he gonna go for it? He's gonna die for this stuff.
Nice cross.
Maybe not.
That's great, actually. RR gets himself away at 1-for-1. But in the meantime, Lumi, Nyx Assassin has just solo killed the Lifestealer down at bottom lane. In a 1v2 lane. Vendetta, I guess Jay was like farming low HP and DJ just Vendetta went in and killed him. That early level 6 thanks to the solo kill he got under his own tier 1 because Lifestealer dived him. Seems to have helped out a fair amount. Exploration. They're winning this off lane. DJ is like outplaying them. Mid lane, Abed is holding his own. He's got very good CS against the PL. He's doing reasonably well against Miracle. And top lane, Ursa has started to catch up. He's even in CS now with the Slardar. I kind of feel like the way this tempo has been set, Xctn have an advantage in the next couple of minutes, and maybe it's on Mineski to do something about this, and they will. They'll go down towards bottom lane. The sentries drop, and the stun comes through from Jules. Do they have the damage to finish him off? They don't.
Nope.
The Vendetta back. RR is going to go in for the crush on the Darker Siren. Yeah, there we go. Mango's down, but stun won't land. Sunstrike will, though, with the ensnare and finish him off. 3-4-3 getting tracked up here by the Sand King and stunned up, but here comes the illusion. 3-3 will still drop. And there's Raging Potato lunchtime chemo as well. He's got himself that ticking damage over running to the Witch Doctor, infest into a creep and right tries to run away. Creation. I get 2 big kills though, Sand King and the Slardar.
Yeah. I feel like Mineski is definitely taking the fights a little bit too aggressively, more than they should, because one thing that Xctn does excel in is the early game fights, right? They have Ursa, they have Nyx Assassin. This is a stage of the game that they're much, much better at. I think instead of RR porting down bottom to take that fight, he's just better off farming Dagger. Raging Potato is better off just farming, you know, Echo Saber and whatever else, Armlet.
And then you've got a Sand King who's level 4 and you're roaming around quite heavily.
Bottom.
Jules needs his Blink Dagger, you're right. DJ finally pays for his insolence in his bottom lane. They will get him.
I guess you didn't watch the beginning of the fight, but very well played by Raging Potato. He just kept faking going onto the Nyx Assassin, and then DJ turned around for the spike, but Bimbo way too fast with his rage, dodged it, and opened wounds, and there was the kill. So, well played there.
Up the lane, they're diving in on 3-4-3. Illusions come out, and is this a fakey? No, Miracle, he knows. He's the master of illusion faking. Oh, doesn't try to lance though. He wasn't quite sure exactly which one of the two, and now the Sunstroke with a cold snap. Oh, not gonna land, but Miracle still in a ton of trouble. Has the regen rune, but the ensnare will land. And even with that regen coming through, Miracle loses life.
Top lane, Jules. A little bit of trouble.
Another clap there from Gabby, but Jules was a little bit too quick, and this Dire Observer ward will get dewarded by Ninja Boogie. They take that one out of the game.
Well, I think, you know, apart from the first blood against Abed, pretty much everything is smooth sailing. He's got this Midas now. The team overall is doing extremely well. Ursa looks like he's gonna go for the Mask of Death first, and probably gonna sneak a Roshan.
Hello, Abed. Good strike from Jules. He comes across from RR, but the trouble is, Cass, as well as the Witch Doctor and Ursa, slamming down Slardar, and Invoker turns to fight the Sand King. Mineski on a silver platter hands 2 kills to Xctn.
That was the fight they initiated with Rock.
But the high ground was like no vision. Like all they wanted was the Invoker. They wanted to like rock Invoker alone, stunt like Forest Strike in, kill him with a Slardar, and they just were not expecting the Witch Doctor and Ursa to have rotated so quickly off that lane into the jungle. And now Gabby has full Mask of Madness. Maybe looking for something down at bottom because there's a Vendetta Nyx Assassin here ready and waiting.
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh, quick rage.
And
he needs to run though.
Jay,
Master Madness.
time to hide. They do have a Burrow Striking Sand King waiting in the wings, but he'd love to have the level 6. Before going in on this fight, have one more creep until it comes through. There we go. Gabby. We're too afraid of standing around and CSing though in this lane. Especially while Warlock ulti's down.
Well, 3-for-3 does have the Iron Talon that you kind of mentioned early, and he's getting a free farm lane. So, Radiance Naga? Question mark?
Yeah, could come. Chemo buys the Tome of Knowledge, but I mean, with Radiance Naga, I guess it's kind of a failsafe. It's a backup plan. He'll probably save up 1,500 gold or something, and then see how the tempo has been set by Mineski, because you can definitely feel that once Slardar has the Blink Dagger, you mentioned he's kind of the big puzzle piece to put in here for Mineski. And Diffusal Blade from PL is going to be there soon. What's the life still? You can't mention him without the armlet. But if Naga needs to go Arcane's mech, I think 3-4-3 will sort of have that pocket money, saved up and ready as Ninja Boogie walks into the pit, but he jukes them around, and Xctn struggling a little bit to catch up to him. The Warlock, apparently, even though he's got the big staff and fat old lantern, is relatively quick on his feet getting away from there. Yes, sir. Gabby's alone down here, but life still is wary about Nyx Assassin hiding in Vendetta somewhere.
With Enrage, he's very tough to kill. And speaking of Enrage, I'm very surprised that Ninja Boogie has gone for the Max Fatal Bond build. I think I mentioned this interaction once before, but Upheaval is so good against Ursa and Rage because slow constantly reapplies. So, you know, even when normally when Ursa pops in rage, he doesn't care about anything. He's gonna kill people. But if he's standing under that circle of field bass slow, you don't go anywhere.
So you're right. Omelette for Lifestealer. The trouble is, it's faster than the startup blink, and yeah, 343. They dropped the rock for that, didn't they? Ninja made damn sure he dies, but they'll also secure a tier 1. There's money in their pockets that they can't do without. Especially because RR sitting on 1900 gold, now up to 2060. 200 off that blink, but DJ's got other things in mind. Throws a stun out. Gonna chip away at RR's HP and mana pool.
So normally you don't want to use a rock just for a support kill, especially when the enemy team has Ursa, because they know that you don't have rock. They could just like go into Rosh right now. You don't have a great way to challenge it. But because they got a tier 1 tower out of it, especially on the bottom side of the Rosh area, I think it's well worth it. And you know, they pressure the wave, they farm the
counter. Top lane, in comes the most like this is look at Infest, let's down on the chemo, and there's the crush down on the 2 for the Vendetta with the Carapace. Wants to turn this one around, somehow Aura alive, and the emphasis can be perfect. DJ can maybe come in, they're trying the blind stun, but Nyx Assassin hiding up towards the east. DJ still wants to find a little pick on
he's waiting for Sunstrike. He's waiting for Sunstrike.
Oh, you're right. 2 seconds until it's off cooldown. Oh, the sentry! That's got the vision! Let's turn back into him! DJ! No, not like this. The Carapace maybe will be able to save him for now. No, the rage lasts too long. Perfect play there. Ninja Boogie comes in time, and the Sunstrike won't even catch a thing.
Did they just drop that sentry?
Yeah.
Like, Ninja Boogie? Okay.
Ninja Boogie literally dropped it right then.
I mean, normally you would expect the Nyx to be gone, right, from that team fight, but meanwhile, mid lane, I bet he's gonna be dead here. Looks like he will, yeah.
Great movement.
Slaughter?
That's a slaughter off blink.
So that engagement up top was so big. Gabby gonna get caught here, but no, RR getting caught instead. He's gonna go down. That low engagement up top was such a big fight in the game because instead of RR dying, he survives the fight, he gets a couple of kills out of it, he gets blue, and then he gets another kill at the mid lane, killing the 2 boys, first Ursa and then Invoker back to back. So Mineski had some rough early game, but I think they're kind of right back in it.
The cool thing was that was with Burrow Strike missing all 3 targets on top lane. It was just the fact that it was like Burrow Strike and an Infest damage out spread onto all 3 of them, and now Infest into Jules again. I was really worrying. I don't know why. I always worry about Southeast Asian 4-roll Sand Kings. Like, where are they going to get their blink? They're not going to have it in time. It's going to be too slow and they'll die. And somehow, all of these 4-roll Filipino players in particular just magically manipulate space and time to get a blink, but instead, Gabby in the Roche pit scammed out by illusions, and well, in comes the rock down onto 3 of them, and the fatal blows as well. Oh, Xctn, that's a song to reset this fight. Roshan will finally die, and Gabby will pick up the Aegis. The Raging Potato takes it down immediately. The Blink Dagger's purchased up, but Mineski just continue fighting on through. They've got the amp damage in, the episode comes through down onto Ursa, and this is an absolute disaster for them. Even the Nick, the Sunstrike pops out the Ninja Boogie Wall. Not well placed and well timed, but DJ's gone, and they'll look for more in the back end. Gabby turns to fight against Jules. He's got no HP left to give, but finally dies to a Naga Riptide.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's meant to be a big swing with Roshan and Aegis on Ursa, and it's taken away from you in an instant by Mineski.
Yeah, so a lot of things happened. That was really smart by Mineski in that particular engagement. They kept sending in illusions into the pit, and they were constantly mana burning. So towards the tail end of the fight, Ursa had the cooldown on his overpower, but didn't have mana to use it. That would have sped up the Roche much quicker. And that forced Naga just stall just for the Roche. And after that, they didn't have a retreat plan. So they got the Aegis, but because of the Diffusal Blade and the cost of mana burn, they just had to stay and fight. And they weren't winning that fight with the Rock, hitting them with the Fatal Bond, going on multiple targets. And yeah, Gabby is struggling right now. He does have some items to pick off heroes, but Ursa, as we've seen in the past, you need to stay on top of the network chart. You need to be killing people over and over again. A score of 3, 2, and 1 is just not that good. For an Ursa, at least.
That Aegis was meant to give them a lot of leeway in terms of Gabby just jumping in, causing havoc and giving Abed some space to breathe, but Aghanim's for Abed rushed out here after the hand of Midas. I'm seeing this a little more commonly than the old drums build. Get the Aghanims as fast as you can, especially if you've got a little bit of time to farm, and the rest of the team is making space. But have we seen what Naga's buying yet? Yeah. Because 343 is going to go for the Radiance build. Feels that this game, Mineski, be slowed down a bit in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. Get into that realm.
Yeah, I think the fact that he got a couple kills in that engagement, Roshan engagement, makes him feel like, okay, we can make it there in time. It's gonna be a quite good Radiance game because Warlock's not particularly great against illusions. Neither is Lifestealer or PL. So yeah, if he gets it, it's good.
They see the Invis Lifestealer there. Don't have any dust or anything on them. Another sentry gets placed down, and they will deward Chemo. Takes out the obs. 4 heroes up here from Execration. Difficult for Mineski to stick around and force a fight. Miracle's even moving himself up through this dire jungle, but high ground's warded. The Dire see everything that's coming in towards them. It's actually full 5-man converging into this dire jungle looking for the tier 2 top lane. Mineski want to fight. All their ultimates up and there's no reason not to.
Yep. At the same time, they're also controlling the space that Execration can farm in. You gotta keep in mind that Naga's not exactly a fast farmer. I'm considering her a core right now because she is trying to go for that Radiance. Ursa especially is not a great farmer. So the fact that Mineski is shrinking the farm space of Execration is quite good. Even though if they don't get kills, or even if they don't get this tier 2 tower out of it, the fact that they're taking jungle creeps away from Execration it's good stuff.
And the super scary thing is, the only hero that's kind of shown is, well, now the Warlock, but the Lifestealer showed up at top lane. But when Sand King and Slardar are off map and hiding, you can't really split push either. Like, you see Abed, he pushes one wave bot, and now he moves back down, but with the rest of his team kind of coming in to save him, they have to move around as big packs of heroes instead of what they'd like to do. You know, like you're saying, the farming efficiency just isn't available for them, but they'll get a tier 1 for their troubles at the very least. Glyph gets forced out there, but plays the inevitable while Mineski get tier 2 top lane, and maybe even look for the tier 2 mid. They can push out that mid wave and swing in from north to south.
Or they could just hold high ground and force all of Execration to port back, and then go for the mid tier 2. Seems like that's exactly what they're gonna do.
Force Execration to address what they're doing, and it's gonna be slow work for them as they're filtering in one by one. DJ.
Look at Jules right now. His positioning is so good.
Sneaky Sand King. Lifestealer, he is caught in there with Sunstrike and stunned. A lot of damage, but the rocket's dropped, and in comes Jules. He's got the with the burst strike. He's stunned by the parapet, but it's still enough to take down the 2 big heroes there that control the fight. In the meantime, Warlock and Lifestealer have died, and Miracle in the back end. He's all alone, dodges the snare with a nice little doppelganger there, and turns back on the Gabby with no rock cross coming through again. Miracle gets another kill on Ursa, but he is deep behind enemy lines. He needs to get himself away again. Doppelganger back into this dire base, but it's too late.
He sends an illusion back, bottles the illusion with his real hero just to fake out Execration, but they're onto Miracle. They're like,
they know.
This guy. Yeah, they know. They just actually focus on the real one. But I would have definitely got tricked by that. Who does that? Who migrates the illusion away and bottles the freaking illusion?
What a guy. What a guy.
But I guess still a very decent 5-4 Execration. Abed lived through that. There was a buyback, I believe, on the Nyx Assassin, but they saved their tier 3, and they killed both the cores of Mineski. It was a great team fight for Mineski to start things off, though. That Epicenter and the Rock combination was really, really good.
I mean, there's the Radiance for Naga, and now Nyx Assassin can... I really want Nyx to go Midas. Especially with Ursa, Naga, Invoker going to be taking up all of the farm on this map. It feels like DJ is going to need that Hand of Midas to just keep himself ticking over in the gold department, but it looks like he's going to be heading into Blink Dagger with 2,000 he's saved up.
Yeah, it seems like DJ has really opted for a lot more mobility items. In the past couple games where he played Nyx, I've never actually seen Midas or Axe, right? It's just fighting builds. Force Staff, Dual Scepter, Blinks. Never Axe.
True. Never Axe. Oh well, Mineski group. There's 4 at bottom. Miracle has been left the defensive duties. He's back on military service around this tower as 343. That is the real Naga Siren. No stuns to cancel out the TP though, and the damage isn't quite there from Miracle. There's a little bit close for comfort for 343, but He knew he was perfectly safe getting out as long as there was no further initiation from Mineski's team.
Naga's already causing quite a bit of trouble though. A great ward here, scouting out DJ's port in. But he's there.
With Xctn actually looking to scale into this late game. Is Mineski on a tight clock here? Like, do they have... Oh, jeez. Invoker just solo kills the Sand King up at top lane. With a Sunstrike, actually. Didn't even get in there. Just kills him
DJ's
off
dead.
Farming creeps. You're right, oh, DJ. Kill off an illusion, and the real Nyx Assassin blinks over to the east. Oh, hello. There's snap damage. Hold down on the crush. Wait for the carapace to end, and slammed out by the Lifestealer.
RR picks up a gem. A very, very key pick. Because Roshan is about to spawn.
But yeah, what
you were asking if Mineski's on a tight clock. I think so, right? Because Lifestealer is not exactly a great scaling hero. He needs to really start adjusting his item builds to maybe to like get a Maelstrom for AoE clearing. But looks like he's going for, I believe, an Echo Saber first. And then same thing with Miracle. I wonder if he's gonna pick up, you know, some AoE items.
Radiance.
That is not Radiance. I think Maelstrom, if he wants. Like, I think Battle Fury is going a little bit too hardcore, but Maelstrom is pretty good.
We've nearly got a BKB on this Ursa Warrior now. It's gonna
They
be
see
a
the
big one
Naga.
for Gabby. Naga. Server and Observer Ward, but 343 just throws out some illusions, and again, it's worrisome for Mineski if they're now on the back foot having to deal with a split push from the support hero of Execration, while Invoker is able to kind of freely roam the map, can buy Boots of Travel after get him sold. Sunstrike, Jules. Oh, look at that. That was sick, actually. Scouts them and basically takes him down to half HP with Forge Spirits, and then mid-Burrow Strike, Sunstrikes him. Well played.
Yeah, it's like he's good on this hero or something.
Yeah. It's as though Abed doesn't just play one hero.
Plays two.
He plays two now.
Abed's quite good. On a lot of
Is there a third? I don't know, Invoker Meepo, like the two heroes he plays.
The Storm was pretty good.
It's Razor's okay. But Razor's a warring hero, so no one really cares.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Simple Roche. There from Execration as they realise Sand King is one of the big components for Mineski's defense around the pits, and they're all scouted out by Naga Illusion. This is, again, one of the great things about Naga Siren is the vision game you get. Not just through, like,
right.
Oh, Aegis is gone, oh god. Cool.
You gotta watch RR, man, because he's everywhere. Wait, potato?
Oh, he's still dead even with the rock drops. And now Ninja Boogie might just be giving his life as well. And snare from 343, he's cancelled out by the fog. And Ninja Boogie keeping away, but there's a nice little stand into the air. Taken out of the game.
Right, meanwhile Miracle trying his best to split push on the mid lane and draw some forces back, but it seems like Mineski's really losing the grip of this game. I'm not exactly too sure of what they could do either to come back. They are going to force a kill on DJ, but nice spike, and Sunstrike will hit on Miracle as well.
They've got the snare on PL, he's got Doppelganger now, and he's looks out the cast, turns back to fighting 3-4-3 with a deafening blast from Abed. Clears it up. Oh boy. This is looking pretty bad for Mineski at this point. 15-20, they're losing gold left and right, and so far their 4,000 net worth lead they had for a good 20 minutes has dropped significantly. Execration now pulling it back into their court. I was looking at this Naga Siren, and you know, we see a lot of Bounty Hunter, a lot of Nyx Assassin, and we often talk about the vision game, and sure enough they've got DJ to run around in Vendetta, but one of the great things about Naga, and I guess 4-roll Naga in particular, is the vision you get from the illusions. You know, you send them down a lane, you see, okay, they're not in the jungle, they're not farming this camp, they're not mid lane, they're not anywhere here, because if they're gonna defend a lane and actually push Naga back with this Radiance Burn, they have to have a hero showing on map and committing for it. There's no one that can really do that otherwise. So you kind of know by process of elimination where Mineski are and aren't.
And in particular, it makes RR's job so much more difficult, because every time he runs past the Naga Illusion, he's like, okay, well, gank mission is over. He either needs to get smoked, which he is doing right now, or honestly, I think he should have gone for a second item, Shadow Blade. The Force Staff is nice and has been helping him to initiate, but the Shadow Blade is very key in terms of setting up kills right now.
Oh dear lord.
Smoke's gonna break.
Look at this. Blink cross. Actually, they get two of them. Nixon and the Naga obliterated. Just need a few more hits in for Reggie to clear it up. Oh, he's in trouble. Where is he going? It's the Death Warden. The Sunstrike down onto
That's Jam on the
Slaughter.
ground.
Oh dearie me. There was no Golem and there was no follow through. There was no PL. Miracle turns up to the fight now. Tries to chase them down, but Execration, they are bailing out. This was meant to be a clean sweep for Mineski, and it looked like it was going to be, but unfortunately the Lifestealer was kind of left to his own devices up at the front against 3 heroes of the Dire team and just swept under the rug.
Yeah, so they got the quick kill, I believe, on the Naga, and then they went for the next. Unfortunately, RR went out of choose that range, so he couldn't provide the vision to the Nyx Assassin, who was vendetted up, and there was a death ward, so I guess he was too afraid to walk close. But because of that, Lifestealer had to really commit hard for the kill, and losing the Lifestealer is definitely not a good exchange. And again, the big winner out of all of that is Abed. He hasn't really died much. There was that one death early in the first blood, and then maybe he died once during the Roshan fight, but since then he's been pretty much perfect. And this guy that you're not shutting down is, I don't know, he's gonna shut you down eventually. He's almost there. Once he has Octarine, he's gonna take over this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He sells it out now and buys himself that bit booster. We're looking at Chemo Witch Doctor. They've put that gem back on the courier, hiding it away. What have we got now? Boots of Travel, Radiance. On this Naga Siren, 343 is starting to sprint up and away down the bottom lane. Sunstrike comes on through with a combo of Meteor. That Tornado won't catch onto Miracle, so they won't actually find the kill, but that statement of intent, you know, we know where you are, we can hunt you and we can find you. All we needed was like one more hero coming in. Beer into Miracle's Phantom Lance for a little bit.
Yeah, great item choices there by PL. Normally you would just finish the Mantis out, but if he had Mantis out instead of that Reaver, he dies to that engagement 100% of the time. The fact that he recognized he is going to be ganked, especially with... There's so much damage on the side of Execration. Going for hard is the ultimate, the right choice. So, looking at how this game's progressing, I think Mineski, there's 2 ways they could win the fight. They win the fight outright just by their slaughter initiation, like kind of what we saw up top. Or they drag the fight out super long where Miracle could take over the fight towards the end. It's just that the middle segment, it's a little bit more dangerous because that's when Naga Illusions are doing a lot of damage to you. That's where Invoker is throwing out all 6 or 7 his spells. Can they outlast that kind of middle segment is the big question.
Well, they're being chased away by those Naga Illusions. And they've got the gem on the Naga Siren as well now. Throw it over onto 343. And these illusions are just running around de-warding everywhere. Miracle finishes the heart. Does actually have a fair amount of HP now, up to 2600. But the map has become dark and small for Mineski. Their vision tends to creep waves and a couple of wards kind of... They slid up towards this top lane, but nothing around the Roche pit, and that's something that we definitely have to pay attention to in the next 2 to 5 minutes or so. And top lane, they're actually caught the stanking here. Jules with no burst strike ready, he's just straight up dead actually.
Well,
He was split.
game has become very, very hard.
Is there
guess so.
Is there like a big reason for this? Just down to Mineski being a little bit sloppy in their execution, or like have Execration played well?
You mean why has the game got to this state?
Yeah.
Mineski were supposed to win the early game much harder than they did, right? That DJ dominating bottom, that should not have happened. It should have been DJ going 0-3 and Raging Potato being, you know, the highest net worth by a mile. Because he had such a bad start, the Nyx Assassin was able to put much more pressure on the other lanes. And I think Naga also was a big part of that. He was there with the Nyx Assassin, you know, all of the time, and allowing her to transition to a semi-core is a big deal. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is the fact that the Nyx Assassin is way too far ahead, and the Lifestealer isn't. Remember that fight up top when they were attempting to take the top racks? if Nyx was maybe has 2,000 more net worth and has another item on top of what he had then, maybe they do win that fight and they take the racks, and this would have been totally a different game.
Yeah, it feels that way. I mean, you look at DJ, he doesn't even have like that many items, but like I said, it's just the kind of body that he's able to throw into these fights. He just exudes this kind of aura of "don't touch me, I'm here, I'm gonna throw spells at you." Osa Warrior has BKB and Aghanim Scepter now. All these stuns of Mineski will come to naught if Gabby is able to pop his Enrage and pop his BKB straight after it. Another gem is picked up by the Sand King. Again, something that they really desperately require in this game, just to keep tabs on not just the Nyx Assassin, but also these wards coming out of the Dire team. And come the Naga Illusions and they hit the Vision game. Look, they send Naga Illusions in, they see where Lifestealer is, they find the Warlock, the Sand King, and they find a couple of sentries and observer wards as well, just clearing through them one by one with the smoke that they've got, actually ready and waiting to fight up against this. They'll smoke into smoke, the blink of the cross, all the most likely to kill the Barbette is strong and too late. The Gabby will focus down the Lifestealer and get that kill. No, hang on, hello, he gets away, but he still pops out with the rock drop, not catching too much. They've got Miracle as well as Jules to find the final kill on the back end, and they move themselves towards the Roshan, but he's not alive just yet. A 3-1. Mineski, perfect place and perfect time.
I mean, they win a team fight, but look at what they get out of it. Nothing. Autumn's push, Miracle has to de-push that, Aura has to go back mid. That's the problem of Naga, right? Being able to scale like this. That's why the first thing they did was to check Roche. Fortunately for them, it's a longer spawn than they intended. In fact, by the time that Roche spawned, all of the Dire heroes would have spawned as well. Very unfortunate. I mean, very fortunate that Mineski won the fight, but in order for them to complete the comeback, they need to get something big out of it, like a tier 3, or maybe a Roche,
Or like honestly, even one of these tier 2s. There's tier 2 standing mid and bottom lane, just a little shove into one of those would have been great. Roshan up in 15, you're right, Execration will all be alive. Abed's up in 5 seconds time. Lifestealer dead for 4. He's got his full assault cuirass completed though, and I think even with Warlock Ultimate down an amount of time, a minute and a half where Ninja Boogie has to wait on that, it looks like they still want to fight. They're holding on to Epicenter, and they've got this Infest Bomb which they definitely can utilize to find a cheeky pick up on someone. And there we go. Aura finds the Shadow Blade. So that's what you were looking for.
Well, I think the Shadow Blade would have been great like 10 to 15 minutes ago, but not so good now, because keep in mind that Naga still has Jet. So her illusions that she's sending out everywhere is, essentially scouting them again. That information game that you've been mentioning.
Aegis and Cheese. This is an Invoker with Octarine, Cheese, still with an Aegis. And Mineski going to struggle to find a fight that they can win unless it's up on their high ground or near their base. They are looking aggressively and moving forward into DJ. They've got a cross and an amp and a jump out from Lifestealer. They found a nice little pick off there as Jay is hunting for more chemo. Chase down the song. Just reset everything. Slow things down. Gabby's invis, but doesn't want to walk into the PL illusions, and I'm still waiting up to the side. Jules has got a good position up at the front though, waiting for a Blink Epicenter. They're pushing high ground here with Nyx dead. They're taking this fight over to the Dire side of the map against the Naga Siren. This way, sure enough, they've pushed bottom lane into tier 3, but they're getting some damage done here. Abed, I'm ready to move forward, but Miracle, he's already slipped himself away. Somehow, the real one will not take any damage. Oh, hello, Golem drops onto Gabby, takes down the Aegis as well. And Raging Potato, not totally yourself through this. You've got Shadowlord on you and almost jump away. Gabby, BKBs as well. Looks like, man, the reset.
These core players for both teams are just super clutch. So first Miracle, he got baited out on the jump, on the double ganger. So Abed went on him with the tornado, but he phantom rushed to a creep that was outside the fight just to get that extra bit of movement speed to get away. Having the presence of mind to do that in the middle of a fight is just crazy. And then of course we saw the Ursa popping both BKB and Blink simultaneously to survive. Was clutch as well. Ninja Boogie almost getting hit by a Sunstrike. That would have definitely been his life. And here comes the entirety of Execration.
They found the real Miracle as well. If he's there, burning. Oh no, doesn't land in time. I thought it was going to burn his mana and make sure he couldn't doppelganger, but Miracle He will survive. I don't know what Jay is doing. He's running towards Ancients, but risky maneuver. Oh, there's a big old item on Sand King now. Jules has completed his Aghanim Scepter. Mineski, they've got a chance in this game. I thought it was slipping away from them little by little, but they found a way back in. But Ninja.G pops to go Scepter. Tries to keep himself up and running, but really jumps in. The tornado catches him on the back end, and now Slaughter. What are you going to do? You're going to try and crush on the storm, but it's a BKB Gabby. Jules Scepter out of song. Oh, they focus down, and that cancels the Sand King. Epicenter couldn't get in. Oh, Mineski with a big old combo out for Invoker, clipping onto Jay at the very least. They'll bring him down with an snare and a few right clicks. Another flyback on our on Miracle tries to battle himself. 1v4 in the middle of everybody. Where's the real one? Even I can't find him. That's is chasing Abed, but now he has to run. Now he's got to retreat back, but he's just being chased. And Snare is there, and Abed has caused that tornado. He's going to excuse himself away from this, but still the final catch of the Sunstrike Pop will get that kill. And in the back, 3-4-3, and Snare's up to Santi. Full step up into the high ground. The upheaval slows Abed. Be enough to kill him off. Got nothing else to give here, but still holding on to Cheese Invoker. That Aegis did finally get expended.
Oh my god. Sunstrike almost kills Ninja.G, but Jules was able to take half that damage. Alright, buyback needs to be forced out. Everyone has it on the side of Radiant. Maybe the Lifesteal wouldn't buy it. I heard the Cheese being consumed. There we go.
I'm not sure who ate it. Maybe it was Gabby or someone, but
yeah, I think it's Gabby. He's pretty full.
Yeah, it must have been him. RR. Gem on the Naga Siren. She got an up green core. RR is all alone in here, and with the Sunstrike coming in Snare, they hold him in place. Tornado. Won't catch onto him, but it does clip the Warlock. As Jay comes into this, but there's no fight to be had anymore, as there was only one buyback there from Mineski. Warlock expends his, but they hold on to Miracle and onto Jay's buyback to make sure they don't waste any gold.
You know, this is where I wish we had the capability to do instant replay, because Abed's Invoker was absolutely amazing in that team fight. So first, remember there was the Warlock that got jumped on by the Ursa, right? He popped the Ghost and he was just kind of trying to survive as long as possible. They killed him, and normally you kill a Warlock like that, you kind of just back off, but after killing the Warlock, he threw a tornado, expecting the Slaughter to counter-initiate, which guess what, RR was counter-initiating. He got picked up by the tornado, and they just killed the Slaughter instantaneously as well. Lifesteal left to his own devices, got slept, got ensnared, got focused by Death Ward as well as the Ursa. So Abed's one tornado got them 2 extra kills, and then ensuring them to get the PL kill after that as well. This guy knows how to play Invoker.
He definitely does. They got, I feel, a little bit fortunate. I don't think it was intended, but you know, maybe it was. The song stopped the Sand King from burrow striking in. Like, he epicenter blinked and then couldn't burrow strike because he got sung sort of like 1,000 range away from the fight. It would have been a huge old ulti from them. It looks like Jules, RR, and Jay getting ready to go and do something. Xctn will be smoking aggressively and pushing down this middle lane.
Radiant solid smoke.
They're baiting Miracle. They might be able to do something big here. RR is shadow bladed up behind him. They've got Jules ready with the epicenter and the Warlock ulti. They do show DJ and Chemo here up the front line. But oh, RR, your blink was cancelled by something. Naga burns with the Radiant, it looks like, and here comes the tornado. Abed won't catch anyone with this one. Fishing a little bit. The Sunstrike lands on the Ninja.G, and the Radiant Illusions are chasing him down. He won't die to this, but it's bloody annoying.
Xctn, they're still got the number advantage. That's a 3-man crush. Epicenter assault cancels it immediately. He's slept up, and now they're focusing on the Lifesteal again. Left alone, he is gonna get brought down. Still sleep up right now. Burrow strike for the Sand King can run away. Meanwhile, Miracle going straight onto Abed. Abed has duel, so he's gonna be absolutely fine. Ursa on the back line, still doing the work. Slaughter now going on the Naga Siren. This team fight is super chaotic, and without luck, Miracle to do enough work.
Man, oh man, Miracle, Sapling Blast, the meteor won't land, Doppelganger's away, and DJ comes back in, but then the Golem drops onto 2 or 3, and Fatal Bond, this could do a lot of work, and Miracle's going to chip damage on them. Gabby is in range, he's going to be running into the people, there's a place there as well, but Lightyear goes back into the fight, and Gabby has no mana left, and up to the tornado, and Larvae will try and slow things down a little bit, but they find a triple kill for Raging Potato, as the pings come out saying, this bastard came back into the fight, somehow, Mineski managed to swing that around, but I want to say again, Abed, that tornado where he was running away from Miracle, the tornado actually went across, up onto high ground, caught the Slardar, and caught another hero here. It was like sick! It's like catching 3 heroes all the way through. It's not just like a single target thing, just sliding on through the team fight and slowing things down, but still, Mineski, that was pretty good for them.
Yeah, and because they caught the Slaughter, he sunstriked them, right? And then he killed him, forcing out his buyback. Slaughter, one of those best in and out hero where he can be so mobile in the fights. And getting the kill and forcing out the buyback's big. Again, the creep waves are constantly pushed out, so they can't get too much objective or any out of that great engagement. And these team fights, I mean, technically Mineski is winning them, but not without buyback, not without, expending a lot of the resources. Finally, the thing I have to talk about that team fight is, despite how well Abed's playing, and despite his propensity to go for very aggressive items, I think he needs to finish his inventory with a defensive one, whether it's Lincoln Sphere or BKB, because that is the target. Like, he is Mineski's greatest target. Every time, if they could burrow strike him, if they could slaughter stun him, or if Miracle could just go straight up on him, they will do so.
Yeah, I think about BKB can maybe stand his ground a little bit, and we'll find Sanking at top. No reveal here, but with a deafening blast and potentially a sunstrike, Jules goes back in, but DJ's ready, and Cross comes in, extra cancels out, the turn around and Xctn. They thought they had a freebie. Great play again by Mineski, baiting out Jules and coming in at exactly the right time.
Well, I think the creep wave is a lot better pushed out for this time around for Mineski. They might be able to force out a buyback from a bet. That could be big.
Yeah, they've got Miracle bottom lane, he's got Heart and now a Basher completed. Still holding on to that bottle, they're looking for tier 2.
Creep waves are just constantly under stress. By the way, Naga, from 4 position support player, is the highest net worth in the whole game. I don't know, point that one out.
Of course he is. Now, Miracle, he's 1v3 here, one of them is backed up and away already, and now up against Gabby, flank cross perfect, after the BKB, they've killed him with Song, too late! 343 does not save his teammate, and there's no buyback on the Ursa. Oh, Mineski might have found themselves a little way into this game, and maybe look for Rax as Raging Potatoes top lane taking tier 3, mid lane's being pushed in from Nagasar and pushing all these lanes across the river. Top net worth doesn't mean jack shit if you're defending your base like this with no Song, and now looking like there's no Rax. Abed, 17 seconds till he's alive, and Miracle up on the front line, taking tier 3s, taking buildings. This is some severe structural damage that Xctn have to deal with.
Well, I think this is the greatest weakness of Xctn. Their inability to hold a lead gives me flashback of eHome X, that LAN game that we casted together, where they were up like, I don't know, 15,000 gold against like a Dragon Knight. Like, that's not a core, that's like glorified building pusher, but eHome X was able to come back. Mineski now able to come back. They get Aegis and Cheese. Remember, in the previous team fights, Mineski had to buy back to actually win those fights. Well, they have the buybacks built in now.
I remember, Lumi. I remember.
We all do. We all do.
We all do. Fourth Roshan. My goodness. Execration. And Diffusal Naga, sure enough. 343 has a whole ton of items, but you just look at that net worth graph, the swing. Absolutely insane. I mean, Execration got 1 kill. Yeah, I didn't actually realize that. I thought maybe they'd killed Ninja.G or something like that as well, but from that fight around...
Oh, it's a slaughter kill, yeah.
Yeah, it's just slaughter kill, he buys back, and then you look at the next few dots, it's like Radiant, taking racks, killing people, 12,000 experience. Flip there as they get themselves a juicy lead, do Mineski. And now, they are the ones working forward on the hunt, if they can catch. 343, Shadowblade of Lincoln across the Song. Didn't catch him with a stun. Target Siren. And set up for maybe initiation into this, I don't know. Naga now caught by the Golem and the Burst Strike. Got to turn to Calcium. He's got a Death Ward, but you just look at this. They've killed up Sanky at the very least. The Root comes down and there in the life for the Death Blast. It's as well with the Sunstrike down on his head. It looks like Jay will finally drop, but Miracle, he's the one chasing them down. Ice Wall will kite him out, and Abed with DJ turn back to fight up against them. This is a pretty good turnaround from Execration. Cool, Cheese is there. Whoa. Dropping items. I actually, for a split second, thought Slardar was an enemy hero, and I was like, oh god, it's next. But it's not. It's all good.
That was a great fight for Execration. They forced out cheese, they got a buyback out of Sand King, and they still got more kills. So, I mean, as soon as they saw the song, I was questioning whether Execration should have fought there at all, because, you know, that was kind of one of the best teamfight ultimates, but they knew right. I think that the big thing in that particular fight was DJ changing his mana burn target. Before, he was actually helping out to initiate onto like the Life Stealer, making sure that Slaughter doesn't get, you know, the 3-4 man crushes that he's been getting. But that fight, he just stuck onto the PL, found the real one, and constantly mana burn a Miracle. Miracle without mana can't really sustain his fight because he needs to constantly use his double ganger. He needs to keep on lancing so he can stick on targets. And because of how much stat he has, the mana burn is a chunk of damage there.
I do still have Aegis from Slardar for another couple minutes. Look towards this RR guide, jumping in, going ham. Fatal Bonds will clear through those Naga illusions, as well as the creep wave. The big old lane at bottom. Miracle looks like he's going to go and finish off. We get that butterfly. There's no sign of an MKB here from Execration either. I mean, Butterfly and Naga. Pistol Blade for the Earth Warriors coming up. And of course Invoker does not want to go for an MKB. Probably look to sell his Yules and get Refresher Orb or something like that.
No, I think the Yules is pretty important because when Lifestealer as well as the what do you call it, the PL goes on him, that 2.5 seconds in conjunction with the Octarine allows him to get to his next spells, whether it's, you know, another Ice Wall or another Deathling Blast. He has gone for the defensive BKB, but now seeing the fact that Miracle is going for Abyssal Blade as well, he's gonna have trouble kind of surviving against Miracle down the line.
Miracle does finish off his big item, keeping his waves at least up the river. Oh, it's 3-4-3. This is now a stacked Naga Siren, closing it on 30,000 net worth. I still keep looking at, like you pointed out, I keep looking up there and thinking, how has this happened? How has this all gone so wrong? Naga up at the top of the net worth.
Oh,
Life Stealer, oh hello, goodbye, Gabby. Turns back and he has to get the back there on the bridge, takes the race down, and now the turn with the PL, lands down, but a good stun, catches his boogie, he needs to drop the rock, and he does, catches a couple, the epithet, perfect, even with the Song of the Siren, they burnt through a lot of the HP here of Execration. They just need to re-engage, jumping for the Slaughter, find the Witch Doctor and Miracle, can you spin forward and find anything else? He's got the slow and the damage onto Gabby, the thrust, they turn back, they focus Abed instead, the BKB's there, and maybe he can Yules flick away, but Tornado, oh, Abed, Yules, no, he's not doing anything. He finally throws it and now he can flick, jump down, but great first strike. Jules catches him in the nick of time, and this is looking pretty sick for Mineski as DJ on the low ground.
Here goes still in the fight.
Against the Miracle, chases down 3-4-3 and Jules back in. Here's the first strike from high to low, and this Naga Siren, butterfly or not. These illusions.
Oh my god. Everyone has said that Mineski is going to win the long drawn-out team fights because Miracle can output the damage. Well, that's exactly what he did. First, he focused on the Witch Doctor. That was a free clean kill. And then he went on Gabby. A little bit harder of a kill, but because he has Diffusal Blade, because he has Basher, and his Mana Burn, Enrage, the second one, could not have came out. So he killed him then. And then finally coming through with the last bit, killing the Naga Siren. And now it's another fight won by Mineski, and the other way we go. Miracle hitting the tier 3. Not exactly the fastest tower pusher, but given enough time, he will take down your building.
Your Life Stealer is miles away. Jay realizes that this push isn't going to come to too much. The denied tower there by Abed. After a buyback on Naga and Invoker, Mineski will feel relatively confident now in how this game is going. You're looking at Jules. Got himself boots of travel. Everyone's got items in this game apart from the Witch Doctor apparently. Is that, wait, has he got Agnum's finished? Chemo was like close at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, Chemo was like halfway there 15 minutes ago and he's still halfway there.
You know why the Naga's so far? Because you were asking earlier, it's because he's taking everybody's farm. Like, Chemo normally would have Ags by now, given how the game's been going decently for them, or at least it was. And DJ, look at his item. Like, he hasn't actually got much apart from the blink and force stab. So that Naga, that very farm Naga, comes at a cost. And you know, these kind of supportive heroes not getting the Aghanims on the Nyx or on the Witch Doctor might actually come back and haunt them.
I would have liked to see those Midas come up, but Ninja.G. Jump in with RR. Push those things down here. Jules, ready for a strike in, but Gabby's going to be ready to BKB, ready to take the choice to turn a fight. And it looks like he's somehow winning this one. Took MKB to deal with it, but Gabby flicks him forward. It comes down and he is gone. Slapped into oblivion as Miracle. Always found Abed. Didn't kill off this Invoker. The buyback is useless. Abed tries to fight with the combo. Onto Sanctuary, but Jules is there, keeps him in the air, and Jules will be able to retreat. Looks forward to 3-4-3, but they've got no further initiation tools. Catch any targets on the flip side of this river.
That might look really silly because Ninja.G just walked into a pack of Execration Hero, but obviously we are working with perfect vision and he is not. It was nightfall, he could not see across the river, and he got jumped on. And Dire side had smoke, I believe, right? So as soon as the smoke broke for them, they knew they were hero nearby. Ninja.G did not have the luxury.
Dire's bottom tower is fallen.
Finally, 54 minutes in, the tier 2 bottom dies.
Right.
Terrible, terrible death. DJ. Did they catch sight of Miracle there? I think they did. They definitely will see him TPing away on the high ground now. As RR is pinged out, he's got the life stealer inside of him, blink and force. He's juking around these target illusions, but they've got the reveal, they've got the jam, and they've got the damage. Kill him off. Jay jumps out, but Bloodless all alone. Oh man, he's gonna try to raise himself away from this. Gabby comes in, uses the back to drop down. Where's further initiation coming through though? The Sand King misses the forest strike. Oh, he catches the Earth at the very least, but still he's lost 2 big heroes. And there's no buyback on Jay.
The Mineski throws.
The Mineski freaking throws. Ninja.G dies to Abed. Oh my god above.
So your highest, your 30k network carry just poured it out. Time to go. But Slaughter was checking for voids and stuff, and he just got caught, and because he got caught, the Lifester inside of him also gets caught. And obviously when your cores are getting caught, Sand King and Warlock has to help them out, right? And then they also died. Oh my god.
Dire's barracks are under attack.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Game of Thrones.
Miracle rebuys.
Wait, Miracle's sold his Basher. He's gone into MKB to deal with these illusions, but I thought the Abyssal play was going to be his way to actually shut down Abed. Yeah. Now Abed seeing this, he's giggling. He knows he's actually not going to get killed with BKB turned on.
Oh well, Slaughter buys back. Execration. I've honestly never seen so many like turnarounds and fights and swings like this in a game. 55 minutes in. Of course, Mineski, they do have this advantage. The top lane racks have gone and Abed has to go back and address this. Mid lane, tier 3 is also down, with Roshan respawning right now.
You should really cast more C though. This is like a regular Monday. We're at C Gaming, Pinoy versus Pinoy, and crazy stuff that's happening. I mean, to be fair, it's easy for us to laugh and it's like, oh, this team is throwing, that team is throwing, but there's a lot of tension in this game, right? A lot of kind of everybody had to be quick on their toes. Like, it's so hard to play Naga and Warlock this game because both sides has such high burst potential that if you're just a split second late on your rock or on your salt, your teammate's dead. So, high tensions.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jules on the high ground, the song is there, and they're going to try and stun. The Impale is down. The Jules is perfect though from Jules. They're finishing off Chemo in the back end, which Doctor looks like he's actually going to escape with a Shadow Word on him. Heard by 343. Roshan and Cheese go across to Execration.
Strike?
Who got the cheese? Was it Curry? Wait, what?
Sunstrike hit him very low, and the Naga Illusions finished him off with the Radiant Spur.
Yeah. Who got the cheese? Did they just like deny it?
Maybe.
Not on the courier. Maybe Roshan just decided that, 6th Roshan doesn't drop a cheese. But no more cheese for you.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah. Oh well. I think they've probably just like denied it or sold it or something to make sure that Mineski don't get their hands on it.
Gabby just ate it because he was like pretty low. I'm not sure exactly. I wasn't watching him.
Well, they don't have it for this fight. Is the main thing that I'm looking at. And Warlock's dead for 15. Execration can get up here. They've still got a glyph to deal with, but Naga Illusions chipping away at this ranged Rax. Slowly but surely doing this damage to them, while RR infest. The Slardar is invis over to the side. DJ still holds on to that gem though. Gem on gem action as he blinks back. He sees the Slardar and he will react accordingly.
Rax is dead?
Radiant's middle barracks have
It is indeed. Oh, even with the glyph. No luck for Mineski.
I think they want to pop the glyph when Execration is committing a little bit harder, but they just send illusions and force turns. Right, Jules up to his shenanigan again, but he's got to be very careful that his blink dagger doesn't get cancelled by the Radiance.
Staying far enough across to the side, but not the case. But there's tier 2.
Look at the Rax.
Oh dear, that's no fun. Thanks the big creep wave back in though. And Abyssal Blade is going to come out here for Gabby. It's been pretty arduous journey for Gabby's Ursa, right? He's 8-7-12, he's kind of been the whipping boy, died a fair amount, not being able to farm at all thanks to Invoker and Naga taking a lot of the space on this map, but he's done his job, even with, you know, limited items in terms of maybe where he could have been, but the initiate for DJ in the Roche pit.
Jump
very quickly.
Yep. Gabby's role has changed this game. You know, for the first 20 to 30 minutes, he was kind of the assassin. He blinks in, goes for a quick kill. Nobody could actually survive against him because of his high burst damage potential. But you can see that Lifesteal has gone for heart, PL has gone for heart, and even with stuns, he actually can't kill targets anymore. So now his role is to make sure that the Sand King has to constantly dance around instead of repositioning for a 3-man throw strike. He has to make sure that Warlocks is constantly on the run instead of repositioning for a perfect upheaval, that kind of stuff. So he's kind of more of like a hit and run kind of guy. And he's really relying now on Abed as well as the Naga to deal damage over time. Because the Ursa burst is just not enough at this point.
He's a chaos creator. I will take down Chemo now, and that's 2 heroes without buyback. Execration getting picked apart a little bit. And here,
they don't have a creep wave, though.
Move up onto the high ground. The creep wave miles away and down at bottom. Looks like they've killed off Jules with that Abyssal Blade, but factual regen apparently doesn't mean too much. Ranged Rax out to Miracle and Raging Potato. The Melee Rax taking a little bit of damage as well, but the Ice Wall will be a great deterrent. Gabby jumps in. The Golem drops as well, but this meatball lands onto their heads. Oh, the song from 343 cancels out a lot of the damage. Gabby turned around over this man down. The Ice Wall drops quite collected, but Gabby's already absolutely slaughtered there by Lifestealer. Abed tries to do his best to fight like 1v5, but he's being chased down. The Reggie comes in. BKB up, never fast down as well. And Ninja Boogie goes step just to keep them alive, at least in the short run. Where's the life dealer? Where's Miracle?
Rush.
Chasing into base. 343. Very nearly dead. One more lands. Not quite enough. Miracle is in the fountain. What the hell are you doing?
He's biding time. Mid-Rax is down because of that. So Miracle does have buyback. There's no reason he will make that play without it. And Ad has to carry the buyback. The question is, can they escape? Gabby comes in. He does have blink, but no Abyssal. He needs to actually get a bash. On the back line, Abed looking for the tornado. TP out by Ninja Boogie. It will be no! Last second, DJ picks up in the air. And now it's the other direction. Execration need to force out a couple of buybacks. Oh god, this game is all over the place. But did you see Abed, man? The fact that he refreshed his, well, everything. Blinked, BKB, got back to the middle of the fight. Really trying hard to carry his team. And also in that last team fight, you saw like exactly what I meant about Ursa. Just unable to output damage, right? He was in there trying to right-click the Lifestealer. Lifestealer just kills him. Oh, this game is crazy.
Naga Siren. What are you going to switch out for that AC? She buys an Assault Cuirass, so I guess if pushing high ground, you maybe swap your...
Drop Radiance for it.
Sure, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Get the Radiance back on the Courier for when you make illusions, and... Or maybe not, just send the illusions forward with the AC. Now, Miracle might be forced to buy back. Middle Rax under pressure here, and bottom jumped in on Gabby, holding on to Enrage and his BKB. I think that's what... Oh, to try and force out. They do jump in. Carapace and the Song Jules at bay. Delayed his push a little bit
Wasting
though.
so
The
much
Naga
time.
illusion casting the blink of RR though, and yeah, Jules is just buying space for the rest of his team. Another team like Forest Strike in, the Sun Strike though coming through. The look turns one around. Jay going up with the Naga Star, but it's netted up next to his rack. The buybacks come through with Miracle wanting to take this. Yeah, Evil slowing them down. They can't escape. Young will fight the Forest Strike again. The Great Run comes through. DJ Twisted gets still backing away. Emo on the high ground and Abed onto the ramp, but he is more like Miracle has the damage. And Gabby, where are you? 343 taking down Rax apparently. He's moved himself up there for the fight. It is devolving, and Abed, he's got himself into this battle one almost to the tie. Oh, Abed, run yourself away, mate. Get yourself away. The deputy's asking him to play. Come through onto the PL. Gabby tries to fight this one through. They looks like he might be able to double gang on the final. First strike through. Will kill off the Evoker with another golem. They've got the Ursa as well. Mineski, top racks, mid racks, bot racks, every racks. This 343 Naga has done so much work. While the fight continues, the entire courier dies in that freaking base. Of course it does, why wouldn't it? Naga will escape, at least for now. But that is an Invoker with no buyback for 100 seconds. And maybe Mineski, they can do something with this.
Yeah, Naga does have the Radiance back on the hero now, and he needs to keep every wave push, but gonna be hard. Let's see if there's gonna be any kind of last second item purchase. Miracle rebuys a fresh diffusal blade too. He is gonna just, oh, he's not BOTing mid just yet. He's gone top. He's looking to actually counter push against 343. That's a real hero. He needs to solve. Okay, he solves.
He has no TP
Don't
for
make it
6
home.
seconds.
Okay, but he's buying a lot of time. That's critical.
Oh,
Miracle now.
He's on the life steal mid. Beautiful play there, but the awesome Jules keeps the Ursa at bay for now. First strike comes through, ready for it to turn the fight. Look at the damage. Oh, can he stun him up though? Can he get these nice little MKB procs through? Gabby just being absolutely bitch slapped into the ground. As 55 seconds, Invoker is still there. Look at that! Forest strike from Jules. Catches 3 of them to jump into 343 as well. The Raging Potato. The net is there to slow it down. He can't continue onto the target. Meanwhile, bot lane, Miracle looking for rank. Jump in. Gabby. Oh, Death Ward is there as well. Oh, like I said, catches a couple. Jules looks for the fight continuation. They kill off the life steal of 120 seconds. No buyback on today, and Megacreeps have been obtained here. Mineski have to retreat though. They need to buy time. They need this lifestealer alive. Miracle, he just needs to keep the waves pushed out. Target Siren Song. Have they got Ninja Boogie? It looks like they have.
Okay. Well, they went for the Mega Creeps. I thought they should have gone for the throne, but they wouldn't have done it in time. The Mega Creeps, here's the thing, it doesn't guarantee anything.
Nope. Sure doesn't. There's one Rax bottom lane for the Radiant team. It's being pinged by the Witch Doctor. Guys, just balance things out. Balance.
There's glyph though. There's glyph on Mineski. I mean, Miracle doesn't have buyback. He drops his BOT. He's gone for BKB. Look, when you don't need to go anywhere except stand in front of your racks, might be the perfect choice. Let's see.
Well, racks are falling. This buyback is stacking. A good blink from RR will slow it up, and Jules look for the burst striking on the 3. The lag comes through for the BKB from Miracle there, running on in. They kill off the tank. It looks like taking down 2 minutes without it. Nabbit on both down onto this BKB PL, so no damage actually gained there. But a good deafening blast and Iceball will slow it up. Sunstrike again. They've got the control. The reverse from Nabbit comes down. Another deafening blast. Sunstrike will land for Gabby. Jump in. There's no Abyssal Blade. There's double cannon. Cornic. You know, everything's being thrown here by Nabbit as they try to kill a PL. But Miracle's still alive. The BKB finally comes down for this Invoker. But they're forcing tier 4s. They've killed off a melee rack, the bottom lane with just Naga illusions. And now it's Megas against Megas, Lumi.
Oh, but this time the base is really in a lot of trouble here. Are looking for the stun, but they got solid. They could disengage right now and go for a Mega versus Mega gameplay, which is what we're gonna see here. One team has no tier 4, the other team does. The other team also have Naga Siren Song on a 60-minute cooldown. I gotta say, in this kind of gameplay, I think it favors Xctn. I gotta have the buyback tab up, which nobody has it.
Not
the 2 cores.
Naga and PL, yeah. Naga and PL have buyback. Oh man, does Naga even... Yeah, she's still got Radiance, okay. So popping out these illusions. Diffusal Blades dropped on the floor. Picked up
I think Megacreeps, the illusions or the Radiance doesn't do that much, right?
No, hey, the Ursa's buying a Maelstrom now. Like, because of this. It has to buy a Maelstrom to try and deal
That's right.
with these.
And the PL, I think, is also the bigger thing. Because right now, Miracle is already very pressured on his Diffusal Blade charges. Yes, he can diffuse off Mjolnir, the Lightning Shield, but that's just one more thing that he has to diffuse in these chaotic teamfights.
Here we go. Here we go. Sand King's dead for 10, Nick's dead for 5. Mineski is forcing the issue here, but they do have boots of travel over onto Jules, and he can get himself up to the front lines. Both of these side lanes, Naga Illusions are pushing them.
You know what I really like about this? Like, a Chinese team in this situation would just wait 5 minutes for buyback, but Mineski ain't no pussy. They're trying to look for the way to end the game. There's Roche, there's Aegis, but do they even have slots? That's the question.
No.
Like, I think only Ninja Booty has slots.
No one has. I mean, actually, Slaughter does. Slaughter has a slot.
Okay.
Oh, they've smoked up here. They're going for it. Oh, do they know it's been pinged out?
You gank the throne, guys. Gank the fountain.
They're baiting up
What
Jules.
is happening?
They want to go to Jules, and the Xctn will just play them up. Where's the rest of Mineski? They've lost their Sand King already. The Golem dropped down onto them, and they're going to find a kill on the back end. They've killed the Nyx, but the Song will turn this one back. Gabby being right-clicked by Reggie Potato. They need Isenberger to come back in with the control, but Abed goes Tornado now with the combo. They definitely need to with the Ice Wall. Oh, he's not going to catch them. Finally with the blast, pushing them back. The Ice Wall will slow them up a hell of a lot, but Death Ward adds the damage. Stabbed down between these big old heroes, and the investment of the PL to back onto the Invoker. Ice Wall once again, but Abed! Oh, the clicks come out! Gabby goes back in. They both contest for a minute and a half. The Invincible comes down. The Ice Wall traps them in place. The Golem slapping people around. There's big old creep hitting it, and there's just so much stuff just like whacking each other. Gabby's Zimmer caped up and runs himself back. But look at Rage Potato. He turns the fight, but he's back. He held inside the rage. Finally killed off while Miracle will come in and clean him up. The Song comes back, and 3-4-3 sends them all to sleep. Is that a 4-for-3 trade?
Miracle's not dead, and I think without the Invoker or the Ursa, they can't actually kill Miracle. I don't think Naga is enough. So Miracle being the only core alive, well, not the only core alive, the only core alive on his team, that's still like a win in my opinion. And now Mineski, they're gonna shove the wave in, and well, there's not buyback to force out, but he's gonna try to chip some tier 2 damage. And because he has heart, he can kind of do this forever.
Handsome
He's gonna back off.
Lancer, ladies and gentlemen. Heck, oh, hello.
Buyback.
Okay, and Invoker. Okay, God above, really. RR has the lifesteal infested inside of him. But once again, buybacks down the drain. I mean, Ursa, he's got his timer.
The buyback's not doing anything. They're buying back for Roche.
He has no money. Buyback for Roshan. I mean, I guess they can give Aegis to the Slaughter.
They could have taken the most any time, I think. Like, to me, this was pretty much a waste of a buyback. Like, PL could have taken Roche by himself.
Yeah.
But I guess the Aegis would have been useless to him, so I don't know.
Wait, he kills Roshan and denies Aegis and cheese.
I mean, he denies it to Execration,
yeah.
Right? So now they have it. R has cheese. Who has the Aegis? Lifestealer does?
He does.
Yes.
What did he
How
drop?
does Lifestealer not have Basher by now? Did he drop his Basher?
I mean, he definitely dropped something, right?
Yeah, I thought he was 6-slotted.
Can't see anything. Oh my god,
Yeah,
this is where memories start to fail us. It's like 70-minute game and Lifestealer's had a few cycles of items already. Dear.
I remember this one game that I casted Bimbo. He was playing Alchemist. He sold 6 items, like not just like regular items, like late game items. He ended up having like a 13-slot inventory throughout the entire game.
Deary man.
You're selling like radiances, selling butterflies, abyssal blades. Cause he's like he had to keep rechanging that item. It was a Boston Major game. It was one hell of a game. What's with Mineski in these type of games, man?
It's the Mineski throw. Naga Siren picks up a Necro 3. Gonna help them if they do go for that bull rush into Throne, which is naked over in the Radiant base. Mineski trying their hardest to keep these lanes pushed out across the river. 3-4-3 just sits back, and Xctn going to relax and force Mineski to make the first move. Jules, he's got this bottom lane pushing out, he's cutting the creep wave, actually shoving this one in. And Mineski, they will be able to kind of maneuver the fight over towards the Dire side of the base, but you look at Ninja.G, half HP from a Nugget illusion. They have to clear this one up with RR helping out, but it's not easy. That's just an illusion.
Oh, Miracle, that MKB's put in a lot of work. He sold his Basher for it. Bottom lane, looks like they found one. The Slaughter getting caught.
Oh, the crush low, turns back onto 2, and Ready Potato, the Epicenter, and the first strike comes in. The 3 of them slow down, the Golden catches as well. But Gabby has the BKB up the song. Resets everything. Mid lane.
Tier 4.
Yellow Illusions, not even doing 10 damage to the tower. This is Mineski moving forward with no ultis left to try and catch 3-4-3. He's very tanky though, and killing him off is difficult. They move the PL and the life to the forward, the range is there, but Invoker sends them into the air. Creation behind their tier 4s have some safety at the very least.
Yep.
But Mineski set up camp. This is their base now.
It's going to be super hard to kill the Naga because she's got buyback as well. I think the goal here for Mineski is to keep shoving the wave in and have creep support to slowly whittle down the building. Miracle getting pot shot here and there, and look at that mana burn. Oh my god, Miracle is dropping extremely low. Now Raging Potato working on the tier 4. He did not pop the rage, might be in a little bit of trouble as a result.
And then block Jules a missile. Yelp, he's caught. Now mana burn, and the final click in from Ahmed will secure it. The Death One in the background. The Sunspec won't land, but they've still caught the Slaughter with a burn through the Naga. Finds the kill onto him, and you're right, with no Slaughter or no Sandkick, this might be Xctn taking it. Getting Raging Potato will drop, the Aegis is gone, and there's no one to help him. There's no one to save him. Miracle dead for 80 seconds. Oh, they infest into the creep.
Let them hit. Turn off the radius. Turn off the radius. He's out. Okay, good. Oh, dead. So going back to like 3 minutes ago when SS Slaughter and Lifester did not have to buy back there. Now it's just Miracle and Ninja.G against the world. No rock for 60 seconds. Throne fully exposed. They do have Glyph. Miracle needs to make a hell of a play. 1v4, 1v5.
Oh, Life still had armlet. He dropped armlet. We're both.
Oh, okay.
He had armlet this long, but they jump in to the fountain. Meteor with the song again, cobbling absolutely perfectly there from Xctn, but it's the throne that matters. And with the Glyph forced out, Miracle BKB forward, looking to try and do a little bit of depth here. The blade is there, and Miracle is all alone. They've got the stuns, they've got the control, the double can keep them out, but GG is called and the throne is gone. An 80-minute game pretty much there. Xctn takes the victory in game number